was a depressed neighborhood. It was the ghetto. I mean, it was the most dangerous part of Nashville, Tennessee. It was as low as it could go besides being bulldozed. About this area rough. I was trying to get other people to buy property around here just to clean it up, and I'm kind of glad I did. So I ended up buying most of it. So, you know, I mean, I stayed with it. I started trying to find out what it was for 2 years. Found out it started in my hometown, Jackson, Tennessee. Then I found it's part of the marathon, and nobody knew much about it. So I'm on this quest to bring all the marathon back, and then find out all these sealed off dark rooms. It's kind of like this whole puzzle. We've made marathon. We spent in the last 2.5 years working in an industrial museum, showing how the cars are made, how these things are hand put together. And it's real important about American-made products. I mean, about everything you see, these beautiful machines and all the beautiful detail. They make these machines in 1900, 1800s, and the detail and the quality. I mean, that's kind of what we're losing. Everything's been made in China. So it's in a way to kind of say, hey, look where we're at. We're the richest country in the world, you know, several years back, and we need to get back there American-made products, American-made jobs. And that's kind of a way for me to give back. And plus it's entertainment to restore the historical pieces and see these older people or younger people experience what it was like in the force, you know, making manufacturing products back in the day. The lower block section would consist of these parts, and then the upper section would consist of all the camps and shops. So basically kind of putting it back 100 years. Anybody that comes to marathon, I try to make it kind of funky, creative. I mean, some of the retails kind of become some of the standard, but mostly before anybody could come in the marathon back in the early days, they had to really be creative. Artists, photographers, designers, anything creative. I just love being around creative people.
Broccoli, is that yam?
Does that work for you?
Well, people want to move in. I mean, I have people like, hey, this is George Bush Insurance. I don't lease those kind of people. You know, if I have a guy come in and says, I'm a video director, we do stuff on trees or whatever they do, it's creative, we let them in, you know. So we kind of interview these type of, like Garage Coffee came in and, you know, we talked about it and he said, it's called Garage Coffee. I thought, well, that's automotive, it's kind of cool for retail, it kind of ties into what we got.
And your total is $750.
You know, certain other names come in, you know, we have to balance them, we kind of spin them, but mostly I try to make sure we got the right fit here. It's all, everything working together, you know. It's just like you putting a bunch of blocks and squares and circles and holes. You want to make sure everything fits here. You don't want to have a couple of squares going in a circle that don't fit. Then it causes problems when everybody works. So you have to carve your piece. You have to carve who you're around. But it's all the team. Team is everything. You create the team around you. And it's just like in retail, manufacturing, you create a great team people get along with. And you have to keep carving that team, kicking some out, bringing more in to make it work. That's success of any projects, and that's how it is with my tenants, to do the best you can. You're not going to always make it through it, but try to do best. Teamwork is what makes great projects. The last offer was like $65 million for Marathon Village. And I said, what would I do with that kind of money? Life is not about money, it's what you do with your life. Money does not bring happiness. Money helps. But you know, I could have sold out, and then they said, well, you sell out, what are you gonna do? sit and watch. What are you doing today? I'm watching Oprah. You know, you got to do what you love. And if you do what you love and you're fun, you stick with it. You don't sell out. You know, and it set me back. You know, a lot of times I thought, oh my gosh, I was a kayaker, scuba diver, steam paddle boats. I was a crazy dancer. I was always jumping around, real fast walking. And the thing about it is, when I had the wreck, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, you got to rebuild yourself. So if you have any kind of problems, you have health problems, you don't let it stop you. A lot of people give up. You don't give up. You just keep going. That's all we can do. So those projects, you look for the next good thing to do. It's not always the success of the project, it's the chase to the end of the rainbow. When you hit the end of the rainbow, it's no fun. It's the whole journey from start to getting there and what you go through to get there. The drive of the marathon and success is creating your own reality. I basically came in the hood. I was 27 years old and created my own reality. I created my entire own village, and I started with 20 bucks. And I tell these young people, you don't have to be smart to be successful. I mean, I was terrible in school, you know. School gives you a tool to get to a certain place in life, but you have to take your initiative to move on past that and create something different and go for the next goal. How do you get above the next person to do creative type things? Do something with your life. Do stuff you enjoy. If you don't like it, make a change. That's important. Being happy in life, doing fun, being an entrepreneur if I'm saying it right, and go to the next project, do it creative, fun, on film, welding, sculpture, buying a bunch of old buildings, renovating. And one thing this country needs is American jobs, and what they do is to tax the cities. You go up north and find these old factories. They say, oh, you get the factory, renovate it. We give you tax incentives, but you make American-made products in the factory. And you get green, make them green, make it fun. So there's so much you can do in life. You just got to go for it. When I saw this big building, I was 27 years old driving. I was 26 when I first saw the vines, all that. I thought, oh my gosh, and after about a year and a half, 2 years, I finally just went for it. And then, you know, it turned out. So just go for your dreams, you know. Keep it different, keep it real. People say, why do you want to do that, Barry? Why do you want to do something like that? You know what? Why not? That's what's great about it.